welcome. I'm Gorilla Monsoon, and welcome to Prime Time Wrestling once again. And of course, it's obvious Bobby the Brain Heenan is not with us this week. As you remember, he walked out last week, and we haven't heard from him or seen him or had any notes or any letters or any telephone communication. You never know what's going on in the brain of the brain, but regardless, we're here with Prime Time Wrestling and some very exciting matches this week. We're going to be looking at some interesting tag team matches. We're going to see the Killer Bees in action, the British Bulldogs in action, and the Moondogs as well. And of course, our feature, the Junkyard Dog, teaming up with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat against another outstanding team, the Magnificent Morocco and his very devious manager, Mr. Fuji. All that, as well as some exciting singles. We're going to take a look at the ladies champion, the fabulous Moolah. She's going to join us in action against Velvet McIntyre, the #1 ranked lady wrestler today. And of course, our opening match this week here on Primetime Wrestling, Terrible Terry Funk, a real classic against former everything here in the World Wrestling Federation, Pedro Morales. This match went down in the Boston Garden, and it was a beauty. Let's go to Beantown right now.
This match is one fall with a 45-minute time limit. First from Culebra, Puerto Rico, weighing 246 pounds, Pedro Morales. And first, I'd like to introduce the manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. And he represents from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, weighing 260 pounds, Terry Funk.
Well, you're looking at one of the most dangerous men in all of professional wrestling today, Terrible Terry Funk. Gorilla Monsoon at ringside here with my colleague, Jesse the Body Ventura.
And look at this, Gorilla. Funk is taunting Pedro with that branding iron. I think he's telling Pedro, you're next, brother. You're next amigo to get branded.
He taunted him all the way from the dressing room. Jesse went so far as to go over and hold the rope open for him.
Well, I'll tell you this, one thing about Terry Funk. When he comes to arena, he comes to wrestle.
Well, he certainly does. He doesn't have to take a backseat to anybody, except that Morales entering here tonight in the Boston Garden with some most impressive credentials. Former World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, former Intercontinental title, and at one time even a pole holder of the World Tag Team Championship.
Look at that footwork by Funk in there, Monsoon.
He doesn't have both oars in the water, Jess. He's soft as a grape. Wouldn't be surprised if he ended up right in your lap, too, Jess.
Well, I'll tell you this, Gorilla. I don't know of nobody that's exactly normal that comes from West Texas.
Well,
you got to be a bit abnormal to live there.
Double Cross Ranch. Why on earth would anyone want to name their property the Double Cross Ranch? Questioning Morales about the clenched fist, and yet both hands of Terrible Terry wrapped severely. Oh, look at that. He slapped him in the side of the head. It doesn't take much to get Morales going,
Well,
Jess.
I'll tell you, it's obvious that's what Terry Funk wants to do.
Well, he's got a short fuse anyway.
He wants to get Morales to blow his cool. I can see this one already, Gorilla. And Morales is just the man. He'll do it in no time.
Ducking and hiding behind the referee, Terrible Terry Funk. What a stepping stone, what a hurdle to have to get over in quest of the World's Heavyweight Championship, currently held by Hogan. Look at that! Morales paying back fivefold. Funk a little shaky.
Wow, those slaps had a little more juice on him than I thought, Gorilla.
He's a southpaw, Jess, and boy, he can unload with that left hand. Mouth of the South giving all kind of verbal static to Pedro Morales. And the Terrible One is ready again.
Do you know what Terry Funk told me about the mouth?
What's that?
That the man never sleeps, Gorilla.
I heard that.
He never sleeps. The mouth is always business, never even sleep.
Oh, Morales right out over the top and right down onto our table here. Possibly pulling a hamstring.
Well, Morales is in pain and Funk's out here. I can't believe Funk didn't lay anything more on him.
Boy, he might have pulled a hamstring, just that one leg came down and the other one was still supported by the steps, really stretching out the hamstring. And Morales in a lot of trouble right off the bat. And Funk looking on to take on the entire jam-packed Boston Gardens, but his manager over there in a hurry to get him back into the ring. And Morales slowly getting back in there as well. But I think Pedro is hurt.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think Pedro's going to be free meat right now for Funk.
Big left hand right to the forehead of the former champion.
Look at that footwork. Look at the footwork on Terry Funk. Look at that footwork, Gorilla.
Who does he think he is, Muhammad Ali?
Wow.
Wow, right to the top of the head, and Morales down and dazed. And Funk, most dangerous when he has you hurt, when he has you in a compromising position. That's the time when he's at his best. Mouth of the South screaming into that megaphone, stay on him. You'd better stay on him. You give this guy a chance, he'll eat you up.
Look at Funk. Just measuring Morales.
Well, this is supposed to be a wrestling match. Guy's got both hands heavily wrapped.
I'll tell you, Gorilla, I've never seen Morales so dominated as what Funk has done to him here in the early going of this match.
Well, he caught him right off the bat. Hasn't stopped.
Oh, I love it.
Straighten your nose out for you if it happens to be bent.
Even Pedro's.
Hard to tell what he's doing from this vantage point, but you can tell it's not nice.
Pedro's going to wish he was back on tour in Egypt.
He didn't like Egypt at all, Jess.
Oh, I heard he loved it.
Oh, he hated it with a passion. But he loves Puerto Rico and Culebra, his home island. Look how Morales out again. Almost on top of our monitors, and now he is straight right on our table. And Funk continues the onslaught, and he's putting the boots to him.
I think he wants a piece of you, Gorilla. Terry Funk's throwing a challenge to the Gorilla.
Funk trying to get Morales out here. Took a swing at me with a right hand, missed, just knocked the headset off me. He comes in range, Jess. I'll get a payback shot. You can bet on it.
I think someday Terry Funk's going to bring the Gorilla out of retirement.
Well, highly unlikely. They take place in a dressing room or in a back alley or a parking lot or somewhere. Look out, Morales, shoulder first right into the steel post. And now just literally being draped and maybe sent down head first to the floor here.
I've never seen Terry Funk any nastier than what I'm seeing him tonight, Gorilla.
He is really doing a number on Pedro Morales, pulling out all the stops here.
He wants Morales, he wants Monsoon, he wants Eddie, he wants the whole Boston Garden.
Wow. Surprised he didn't take a shot at Nelson Swegler. Morales. Wow. Pedro Morales having a tough time in the Boston Garden as the very unorthodox Terry Funk can make life miserable for almost anyone and everyone that he steps inside the squared circle with. Don't go away, wrestling fans. We'll be back with the conclusion to this match in just a moment. Well, wrestling fans, as you can see, the brain's still very conspicuous by his absence, but we'll have further word for that later on in the program. Right now, we're going to get back to our very exciting match from the Boston Gardens, Funk against Morales. Let's go to it right now. Morales in the most trouble I've seen him in a long, long time. And now Funk seems to have something in his hand, Jess. Something he possibly took out of his tights. Going to work on the eyes of Morales with it. Oh, now he just threw it out, yes. Was something that had been thrown into the ring. He got rid of it in a hurry before the referee could see it, and now he's unwrapping that tape. Look at this. In the meantime, look to the south, distracting the referee.
Oh, I'll tell you, I love to see precision clockwork. The mouth distracts the referee, and Terry Funk gets his dastardly deeds in.
Come on, referee, give me a break. Pay attention to what's going on inside the ring. Morales just about out of it.
I think it'll take one big move out of Funk, and we're going to see old Pedro branded.
Look at the mouth to the south. He's up on the apron now. Oh, Morales grabbed that piece of tape. And look out, Pedro now with it wrapped around Terry Funk's neck. And Funk trying to escape coming out here. And now it's Funk who's being dragged around by Pedro Morales.
And Morales put that piece of tape right back into his trunks. And Jimmy Hart's going bananas. And Terry Funk feeling the wrath now of Pedro Morales. And Funk down. Wow, and there goes the steps as Funk takes him over backwards. Oh, pandemonium broken loose here.
Well, we're going to have a war now, Gorilla.
In the Boston Guard, look out. Funk with his head rammed right into those steps. And now he's trying to hide underneath them. Look at him, he's using them as a shield. Morales reaching right in there, grabs a handful of hair.
We could end up with a double count on if somebody don't get in that ring pretty quick.
Morales again. And Funk is on Queer Street, literally. Morales back in time before both men were counted out. And about to the side. Look at this. Morales perched up on the top turnbuckle. And Terry Funk swinging at his own manager. Funk just rammed into that steel turnbuckle. There he goes. Stepped right off the apron. Wow.
And Jimmy Hart's out on the floor. He's got a lot of concern. Jimmy better watch out because Funk has no idea where he is. He's already taken a couple of swings at Hart.
Hart pointing him in the right direction. Terrible Terry underneath that bottom rope. He's got to be in real bad shape right here. Morales perhaps wasting some time. There's that big left hand.
Morales is measuring him.
Look at Terry, can just about stand up. Morales winding up with that big left. Wow. Right on the ear. Funk doesn't have a clue.
Funk's punching air.
He doesn't know where he is. Instinct only, but doesn't know where Morales is. Wow. Right between the eyes.
I'll tell you what, Funk doesn't go down easy though, does he?
Nope. There he did with that big left off the ropes. Terry Funk in jeopardy here over the top rope. A long way down, some 10-foot drop. And the mouth of the South immediately over there. Now this to me is an unfair advantage, yes?
Now what's Morales' purpose of going after Hart? Hart has not interfered in the match, Gorilla. All he's been doing is looking out for his man, Terry Funk.
Well, he's been up on the apron a couple of times.
Why is Pedro Morales chasing the mouth around the ring?
Look at Funk, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's probably, well, maybe he's looking for something under that ring. Something he can use to his advantage. Certainly scrounging around. Oh, he found something. Found a chair. That chair is broken now and splintered. Referee gets it out of there in a hurry. Morales trying to polish off.
What a match this has been, Gorilla. I've thoroughly enjoyed this one.
Tremendous matchup as always whenever the World Wrestling Federation puts its superstars on display. Morales now going to work on Terrible Terry. Look at this. Funk doesn't have a clue. He doesn't know where he is. Boy, this could completely destroy his plans for a shot at the World's Heavyweight Championship, Jess.
Well, Funk's down, but he's not out yet.
No, definitely not. Hanging upside down now. Terrible Terry Funk and Morales trying to dump him out of there. Just about pulled the tights. Oh, he's got the megaphone now. Oh, and now Morales right ahead with it.
And I know, but the referee didn't see it.
He knocked Morales out.
Oh, yeah.
He knocked Morales right into the middle of next week with that megaphone, and the referee never even saw it. Let's get the official word.
The winner of this match, Terry Funk.
Terry Funk just clobbered Pedro Morales with the megaphone handed him.
Well, I'll tell you, Gorilla, I got a quick look at the mouse megaphone and look at the end of it. Look how it's bent.
It's busted
See if the cameras can get in on the mouse megaphone. It is bent on the end.
Quickly whisking his man away to the locker room. Talk about your interference from the outside. Let's go back and take a look.
Well, here you see Morales almost, I guess you'd say, almost de-pantsing poor Terry Funk in that ring. But
How convenient.
There it is, Gorilla, the megaphone. Now watch this. The referee, Morales, pushes the referee by. Wham! Funk does the damage, and look how slick he dropped that out to Jimmy Hart.
Tell me that's not outside interference, Jess. Tell me that's not an advantage to have someone like that outside the ring.
Well, all I'll tell you, Gorilla, it's a win.
Terry Funk on to victory here in the Boston Gardens. Pedro Morales, the loser. We'll be back.
Well, a miscarriage of justice in the Boston Gardens for sure. As
Hey,
Pedro...
Monsoon, how can you start this show without your host?
Well,
How can you start without me? How far have
it's
you
quite
gone?
easy. Believe me, it is very easy. Where have you been?
Where have I been? I've been doing some very important business.
Well, would you like to tell us about it? Why you're late? It's very important that you be on time here when we do this prime time.
Everything is supposed to be held up for the host, you know. I'm on the phone with Jack Tunney in a conference call with my attorney, myself, and Jack Tunney in Toronto.
Having problems.
Discussing the giant super machines.
You having problems?
No Jack Tunney. Never answered the phone. I was put on hold by his office.
Not the first time you've been put on hold, is it?
Well, it'll be the last time, I guarantee you that.
Well, you're in for a big shock, and Captain Louis Albano has some strange things in line for you for sure, and the machines are going to do a number on Stud and Bundy when they get the opportunity. All right, wrestling fans, we're back. And
Well, let's get to ringside now for this tag match.
wait a minute. What are you such a big hurry to get to ringside for? You never wanted to turn around before.
I like to keep the show moving. I like to keep the show going. You bog it down.
Well,
Let's
tell you,
turn
if
around.
you get here on time sometimes, it might keep the show moving.
You know, I have very important business.
Obviously.
I can't just be the host of this show and conduct my other business, too. It's very
You are
hard.
so bent out of shape, Bobby the Brain Heenan. I can't believe it over what's going on in the World Wrestling Federation today. You're in deep mentally. You're in deep trouble. You want to go to the ring right now.
Killer
Well,
bees,
it's not time
let's
to go.
Thornton burial.
Wait a minute. I'll tell you when it's time to go to the ring.
Well, you'll tell me?
Absolutely.
The host of the show?
Ever since you started on Prime Time Wrestling, you never want to turn around. Wrestling fans, let's go to ringside right now for this tag matchup. Okay.
Compiling a very impressive record here in the World Wrestling Federation. Tag team competition rated within the top 4. Oh, nice arm drag as B. Brian Blair starts this match off with Les Thornton. Tremendous wrestler in his own right. Going to work on their left arm and shoulder now. Nice duck under by Thornton. Now he's in control with that hammerlock. Oh, nice. He reached in underneath for that reverse half Nelson. Turns it into a pinning combination. He's got that wrist hooked on the backside. 2 count. B. Bryant up to his feet in a hurry. Oh, nice duck underneath. Fireman's carry, well executed. B. Bryant over to make the quick tag to Jumping Jim Brunzell. A lot of continuity on this Killer Bee team, which makes them so effective in the combination of that and their being in such great physical condition. Makes them a whole handful. Thornton now with a front face lock, trying to control Jumping Jim. Nice clean break. We don't see too many of those from Les Thornton. Jockeying for an underhook here. He didn't get it. Trapped the leg. Did Jumping Jim Brunzell and stopped that maneuver in a hurry. Tag made. Barrio, Las Vegas, Nevada. He wants to be called the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. I can attest to that. Look out. Planted one right in the eye. Barrio scoops up Jumping Jim and goes right over the back. Sends his man in. Nice roll up here. Sunset flip, reverse, 2 count only. Close, but no cigar. Another quick tag made. Killer Bee, that little stinging action as B. Bryant comes off that second turnbuckle. Look out, atomic drop. Yes. And right into the outstretched arms of Jumping Jim Brunzell. And Barrio's in a whole heap of trouble. Won't get him that way. Left that right arm hanging out there. Oh, thumb right to the eye. Now B. Bryan rammed into the outstretched knee of Les Thornton, and wide open here. Finds a couple right in that lower abdomen area. And B. Bryan in for the ride. Oh, right in the lower solar plex. There's that patented forearm uppercut. B. Bryan comes off with one of his own, but not a whole lot behind it. Now they're exchanging blows. But watch out, he's very, very close to the wrong part of town there. Double team effort. Come on, referee, give me a count in there. B. Bryan send him. Nice drop down. Look out. Barrio with a knee from outside right into the kidney area of B. Bryan Blair. That'll take a lot of starch out of you. Possible shoulder breaker, possible. Oh, there it is. Shoulder breaker. Laid it on him. Hooks the leg. Not enough. Shot that right arm through. Another quick tag made. Make me a wish. Yes. Barrio wasn't too happy with that. Still dangerously close to the wrong corner is jumping Jim Brunzell. Another tag made as the Englishman steps in. My good friend Lord Alfred Hayes tells me that Les Thornton has a tremendous win record in his home country. B. Bryan in there now. Les in for the ride. Scoop slam. Well executed. Hesitated a little bit on the cover. That right arm hanging out of there. Couldn't get him. Clothesline and a beauty. So many teams getting together here in the World Wrestling Federation of late with one thing in mind. A shot at the current reigning champions, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake, who have so far defended their title very, very successfully. They've hit from nowhere. Look at this, drop kick. As Thornton leaped over the top, 2-3 count, it's all over. Tremendous double team effort on the part of that team right there, the Killer Bees. Beware of the sting, the Killer Bees. You can go to the bank with that. These guys can do it all. Let's get the official word.
The winners of this tag team match, the Killer Bees.
Killer Bees are certainly buzzing around, hoping that the World Wrestling Federation Championship Committee will see fit to deem them the #1 challengers and possibly get a title shot.
Tag team action, hot and heavy. What are you doing? The match is over.
Huh?
The match is over. We're up here now.
Well, I know where we are. I just kind of like convey a message to the people.
You have something you want to convey?
I think we know where I'm coming from. Let's put it that way.
Boy, you're very happy this week. You're really excited about something. Maybe you know something I don't know.
I know a lot of things you don't know.
You know, maybe Stud and Bundy got something cooking that you'd like to enlighten the wrestling world about.
No, we're just going to take the mask off Andre the Giant and Super Sap as partner. That's all.
Andre the Giant doesn't have any mask on that I know of. What is wrong with you? You're always...
Yeah, and I'm not the host either, huh?
Well, whatever, I don't know. But we have plenty of exciting things. Excuse me. Okay. I'll take care of that. It's just a little... I have my little messengers, too. Right now, we're going to go to Ken Resnick and a special interview with the not-so-macho Randy Savage.
Well, again, thank you very much, Gorilla Monsoon. And Bobby Heenan, certainly not wanting to slight you in the least, I'm sure even you would agree that the Intercontinental Champion, the Macho Man Randy Savage, is indeed one of the most colorful wrestlers in all the World Wrestling Federation. But Macho Man, if I may, it seems you are in a very unique situation as a champion, in that, one, you are forced, and I do mean forced, as you try and seem to have as few title matches as possible.
Let that slide right there. Go ahead.
To defend the Intercontinental Championship all over the world. But at the same time, you are also finding yourself in the position of a pursuer chasing Hulk Hogan for the world's title.
Man, this guy here does a lot of talking. Talk about a filibuster, man. Let's send him to Congress. Yeah, Mr. TV announcer, man, you talk fine. And you go on and on and on. And your point is not well taken. Yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage is #1 in professional wrestling. And me, with this bar of soap, symbolically sticks the soap in your pocket right there. In this pocket, doesn't that look really, really, really pretty nice, because I'm cleaning up professional wrestling right now. Yeah, I am. I'm taking every challenger that Jack Tunney, president of the WWF, thinks is ready. And I've been putting them down with that big elbow right there and pinning them 1, 2, 3. And now, I say to President Jack Tunney, how much longer can Hulk Hogan hide behind the facade that he is the greatest wrestler going? Hulkamania is dead, and Macho Madness is the strongest force around. And that is the truth, yeah. And cannot be denied. How do you like that?
Glad you heard it. Stay with us. We'll be back with more great primetime action right after this.
Wrestling fans, plenty of activity in line for the women's title. In fact, the match that we have coming up very shortly is with the #1 challenger for the fabulous...
So let's go right to it.
Wait a minute. We haven't even told the folks, Bobby, what the match is. We haven't talked about Moolah and her reign and her title and all of that.
You don't have to talk about that. Everybody knows the history of the fabulous Moolah. Velvet McIntyre, the #1 contender. Velvet McIntyre against the fabulous Moolah. Let's go to ringside.
He said it all. Let's go.
Let's go.
This contest, ladies and gentlemen, is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, to my left, from County Cork, Ireland, weighing 141 pounds, Velvet McIntyre. Her opponent, from Columbia, South Carolina, at 160 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Ladies Champion, the fabulous Moolah.
Welcome, everyone. Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside with my longtime friend and wrestler extraordinaire, His Lordship, Alfred Hayes, for this World Wrestling Federation action. Alfred, this is not a title match.
No, and neither is Moolah a stunning beauty either.
Well, she wouldn't have won the Miss Universe that just went down a few days ago, but she certainly is someone to reckon with.
I was going to say, however, she is a fantastic lady wrestler.
I believe the longest reigning champion in the history of all of professional wrestling, including the men.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think any man could have had the staying power that Moolah has been able to show. And just look at her. I don't know how old Moolah is. I wouldn't dare to venture a guess or be so rude as to say that in her presence.
Especially if she could catch you on it.
If she heard me and then outside through the ropes. She's got a devastating right-hander.
Excuse me, Lord. Velvet McIntyre, of course, the #1 challenger now for her title. Although this is not a title match. It's a non-title match up here we're looking at. But look at that, handful of tights underneath.
That's typical Moolah.
She knows every trick in the book, and it's few that aren't in the book.
Yes, she certainly does. But she's going to find her match here, I'm afraid, in Velvet McIntyre, who is, well, we've said that for many, many years, of course, but she is a young girl. She's given away a lot of years. And I would say that in the power department, she's giving away a lot of power to Velvet McIntyre. The only thing, of course, is that thing called experience, and there is no substitute for that.
Absolutely not. Maybe youth can give you a little edge over experience, but not a whole bunch. Oh, monkey flip, nicely done by the fabulous one. Double axe handle right to the back. And she is methodical, is she not? Once she starts on something, look at this. 2 hands full of hair, snap marrying her over. Come on, referee, do your job in there. Look out. Velvet through the ropes onto the concrete floor here. Fabulous one claiming victory, although she hasn't beaten anybody yet.
No, and that's how she treats all her opponents. You know, she's done that to give this girl a sort of a psychological inferior feeling. And I'm sure that is what has happened. Moolah she just won't give you a chance. And these young girls, I'm afraid, they've got to harden themselves up and become accustomed to this, because Moolah's going to reign for another 10 years if they don't.
Oh, look at that. Velvet grabbing the legs, pulling the fabulous one out, and really unloading with some roundhouse rights. But there's that experience again. It's just a split-second delay there. Wow, what a shot that was. No wonder, Lord, several years ago, Pat Patterson was challenged.
Look at this. Oh.
Slams on national television by the Fabulous One, and Patterson declined. Yes.
Well, I know that she has knocked several men out with that right hand of hers with just one punch, so she could have done the same thing to Patterson, maybe.
Wow, I was very shocked at that. I think that Pat didn't want to step into the ring with a female any way, shape, or form, regardless of whether it was Moolah or anybody else. Nice headbutt right in the lower abdomen area, sets the Fabulous One back. Oh, 1 foot caught her right underneath the chin. And that one caught her again as McIntyre is starting to unload here. Moolah wants time out. He's not going to get any. Oh. It's much easier to step through the ropes than to come in that way.
Yes.
Watch this clothesline. No. Little slingshot move there by Velvet. Going to go for it again.
Or is she going to turn her over into a Boston Crab?
No, another slingshot.
Well, she's certainly softening Moolah up now. Moolah's not looking so quite cocksure that she was a little while ago.
Looking for somewhere to hide.
I think she is. That hiding under a rope is no good at all.
It's got to be a tremendous disadvantage to have that much hair that Velvet does. It's just an invitation. You know.
Yes, I wonder a girl like that doesn't wear a net or something around her hair.
You know, do it up differently. Even if she wants to have long hair, do it up differently for the match. Oh, what an uppercut.
McIntyre had her moments just then, and I'm afraid she didn't cash in on them.
Fabulous One will give you a negative attitude in a hurry about the world of professional wrestling. 2 count. McIntyre manages a kick out. And the Fabulous One lands on top of the referee. He's telling her, you're out of here. You'll be gone in a second.
Wow, look at this.
Double leg trip, nicely done. Here we go. Oh, giant swing coming up. Haven't seen one of these in quite some time. Turns her loose. Oh, but look at Velvet. She's dizzy as well. That's the only fault of that particular move.
That is the trouble. Look at that.
Missed the drop kick. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. We could have a big upset here. No. Fabulous One reaching back, hooking the legs. Shoulders are down. This one is history. Outsmarted her.
That is experience. It pays off every time.
We talked about earlier on.
Look at Moolah. She's so weak. Now, McIntyre made her pay for that victory, though.
Boy, she got caught in a number of different ways. But the Fabulous One getting her hand raised in a token of victory here this week in the World Wrestling Federation. Never ceases to amaze me. The women's champion, the Fabulous Moolah, of course, victorious again. And what an What is it?
Oh, my mic.
Having a mic problem here? Well, we're having a little...
I put it back on one time.
It's a little
Okay,
check
Kerwin?
there.
It's okay. I put it back on. Kerwin said it's okay.
Oh, great.
No, you're not cutting off my audio. I hope the people will be able to hear me.
I'm sure the people will be. You're always creating all kinds of problems here that make me do extra work to
Hey, you buy microphones at Discount Unlimited, and then you expect me to stand out here and do a proper television production here.
You know, don't I
Can
have
you hear
enough
me?
things?
Am I
Is
on?
he all right?
Fine.
Yeah, he's fine. I don't have enough things to do, right? I got to go through all these extracurricular things to keep you in line.
Well, you know, one thing out here, I want my mic proper. I want people to hear me. I don't want to make a fool out of myself.
Well, you've done that before, and undoubtedly you will do it again, and maybe you'll do it again this week. Wrestling fans, still plenty of exciting action to come, including the Bulldogs, so don't go away. We'll be right back after this. We're back.
British Bulldogs in action. Let's go to the ring.
Just, what is it with you?
Do you mind? First of all, these people sit home with nothing important in life to do. So if I drag on and
If
you
they're
drag
watching
on,
prime time, it's something important.
yeah, but I mean, they have no really niche in life or nothing to do. I'm trying to speed up their day. Let's go to ringside.
British Bulldogs, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions in action. The Brain wants to go. He can go anytime he wants to go. We're going to go down to ringside right now, see this exciting tag match.
This tag team match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Comac, New York, weighing 250 pounds, Gino Carabello. His partner, from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing 260 pounds, Iron
Canada's greatest athlete!
Now their opponents about to enter the ring area. First, I'd like to introduce the manager, Captain Louis Albano. Now introducing the World Tag Team Champions with a combined weight of 465 pounds, Davey Boy Smith, the Dynamite Kid, the British Bulldogs.
British Bulldogs getting a standing ovation here at Gorilla Monsoon with Lord Alfred Hayes at ringside. The reigning champions in a non-title matchup.
And they look so splendidly fit, those boys. They work out so hard. They keep themselves in absolute tip-top shape. They know that 90% of success depends upon conditioning.
The guiding light, Captain Louis Albano, the maker of 16 different pairs of World Tag Team Champions. How can you deny someone with a record like that?
What is this just here, Gorilla?
Well, we've got the former champions, the Dream Team, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brutus Beefcake coming down to take a look, or maybe try to distract the British Bulldogs in some way, shape, or form. There's the Hammer now, making, I'm sure, some derogatory remarks to Davey Boy Smith.
Yes, and I don't think his choice of language would be suitable for this program either.
Well, this is not their time on the program to be out here. I'm surprised that Luscious John is not along with them. But this has got to be very distracting for the champions.
It really has, but it doesn't seem to be deterring the Dynamite Kid, or is that Davey Boy Smith?
Davey Boy Smith is in the ring right now. As Iron Mike sort of departed. Oh, look at this, double clothesline, John.
And did they catch Carabello with that too? Carabello headed out the ring there as quickly as possible.
Well, he found his partner, Iron Mike Sharp, wandering around the ringside. Poor Mike took about 4 or 5 arm drags in a row there, and Valentine's giving him some instruction.
Yes.
Maybe he wants to be a manager now.
Yes. I don't know what good those instructions are going to do Mike Sharp, because, well, maybe they did do some good. Look at Sharp now. He's taken the war to the Bulldogs.
Tables turn quickly. Dynamite in there now, unloading. Watch this slam. Oh, snap suplex.
He does it so fast.
Well, talk about the luscious one. There he is. I didn't figure the Dream Team would be around without Luscious John. He and the captain may get into it here.
Well, they might be distracting the Bulldogs a little bit because...
Carabello on the receiving end of a nice backdrop.
It seems every time I go to say that they're being distracted, they're not, because the Bulldogs somehow or other get out of that. Oh, what a tremendous back suplex there.
Well, I'm sure they won't have any trouble remembering the nightmare that took place in WrestleMania 2 in the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago, when the Dream Team literally got stripped of the belts. Look at this. Power slam coming up, a beauty.
What a
could be all over right here. Sharp comes in to make the save, and look at this. He gets caught up there in an airplane spin, and now look out. Dynamite from the outside. Look at that headbutt perched off the top of the back of Iron Mike, and this one is history.
Well, maybe the Dream
Look
Team
out.
learned something. Look, they're coming into the ring.
Oh, we've got action here. Valentine and Beefcake storming into the ring, and now we have a four-way going. All 4 men, and the British Bulldogs had the upper hand. Well, do they really?
I don't know. They did have in the beginning there, but don't forget they've just gone through an exhausting match against Sharp and Carabello. But now look at them. Beefcake has his man on the ground, and it looks as if, yes, the Hammer's thrown out Davey Boy Smith.
2 against 1 right now. Look at this. Luscious John trying to get a shot at him, but Captain Lou right there. Dynamite makes it back in, a couple of headbutts to the Hammer, and now it's a Dream Team on the receiving end, and there goes Valentine and Beefcake alike out the other side. Wow, this vendetta is going to be going on for a long time. You can bet on that.
Just look at what's taking place here. There's absolutely no control at all here, and I would imagine that Valiant, the instigator, is pleased with what his men are doing, because look at this.
Well, they have everything to gain and nothing to lose if they can do some damage and probably maim or try to maim one of the British Bulldogs. Look at this. This action is going to take place all the way back to the locker room area. Captain Lou trying to get some semblance of order there, but it's not to be. Who knows what's going to go on beyond the curtain? Oh, there's the dogs. They're coming back now.
They are not very happy men at the moment. I can see that by the look on their faces as they came out of there. They're very, very angry.
The winners of the match, the World Tag Team Champions, the British Bulldogs.
British Bulldogs with a hard-fought victory here this week in the World Wrestling Federation. Still commanding all the respect from the fans.
Absolutely. What great champions they are. Two good-looking youngsters. They have taken this world by storm. That's the World Wrestling Federation, of course, and they really are worthy champions.
Here's what went down in the finish of that match. Look at this. Imagine the impact coming down. Dynamite with that headbutt right into the sternum area, hooks the leg, and it was shower time for Mr. Carbello. Wow. Bobby, answer me something here. The match is over. You can
I know.
The British Bulldogs got to be a little bit confused at this point in time. Their manager, Captain Louis Albano, is also the now manager of the Machines. Now, the Machines present a problem for the British Bulldogs should they be deemed #1 challengers and get a shot at, well, where does Lou go as a manager in that type of match? In which corner would he go?
Well, my prediction is that Lou Albano should go right down the Bemis with a double flush. Let me explain something to you. You strive for one thing in this world. That's to be the best at whatever you do.
Absolutely.
To be a champion. That's the only reason most people wrestle. It's because they want to be champion of the world.
That's right.
Have they talked once about wrestling the British Bulldogs, the Japanese team? No. See, they're not here for any purpose but to get rid of Stud and Bundy and myself. It's Andre the Giant.
I'll tell you a guy that's got a purpose, and that is the world's heavyweight champion, and he's got one big score to settle, and here's a special update on what's going on with the champ.
With the latest from the World Wrestling Federation, here's Gene Okerlund.
The devastating pile driver executed on heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan in front of a national television audience by Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff has wrestling fans and wrestlers alike shaking their confused heads, including Hulk Hogan himself.
You know, I was born with a power, man. Evil from good, happy from sad, friends from enemies. We all had it, man. Even you, Wonderful. But you sold out, dude. Diamonds, gold, money, greed, jealousy, all of the above. You sold out, man. But you never sold out on me, brother, because you can't beat me. You can't beat Hulkamania, positive thoughts, positive deeds. You sold out all those little hustlers. All the ones that worshiped you, Orndorff. The ones that were training with you, saying their prayers with you, eating their vitamins with you. Those are the ones you sold out, just like the spies in our nation's capital, man. But I got a way of dealing with people like you. I make walls into little teeny doors. I make mountains into molehills. And we don't need no electric chair for you, Orndorff. We don't need no 24-man, 12-hour-a-day jury. All we need is to throw you in the ring with Hulkamania, brother. The 24-inch pythons, my psych, and all those Hulkamaniacs. What you gonna do, Mr. Wonderful, when Hulkamania runs wild on you?
Can you blame the champion for being upset? As a personal friend of Hulk Hogan, I can tell you this. It may be a long time before wrestling's #1 man will ever trust anyone again. I guarantee you Mr. Wonderful is in for some long days and possibly nights in the near future. For Update, I'm Gene Okerlund.
Wrestling fans, the adorable one, Adrian Adonis, creating all kinds of problems and all kinds of situations here in the World Wrestling Federation. Not so much in the ring anymore, but with his flower shop.
Well, let's turn around and take a look at the
we don't turn for the flower shop. We don't turn for the flower shop.
Well, then let's hurry up and get through the flower shop.
Returning to the World Wrestling Federation after a very extensive tour of the Middle East, one Rowdy Piper finally got a chance to appear on the flower shop. We're going to take a look at that right now. Let's go to the footage.
Host of the flower shop, adorable Adrian!
Oh, thank you once again, Jimmy. On this week's show, I have one of the most spectacular athletes in the WWF today. You might say he is magnificent in everything he does, from surfing to talking, and most of all, what the marquee says, wrestling. Mr. Don Morocco. Magnificent Morocco, come on out here. Don Morocco. Don Morocco. How are you? Where you been?
Hello, how are you? I would like to say that you have been doing a tremendous job in my absence, and I would like to thank you for taking it over, but I'm here to take my show back, and the first thing that has to go are these damn flowers. That's the first thing.
I hate to disillusion you, but I'm no summer rerun. This is now the flower shop. The contract states that this is the flower shop on this show permanently, my friend.
Wait a second. You don't seem to understand something. I invented this.
Invented it? We're talking 1995. We're talking the flower shop. And here's another stormy surprise. Hi, AC.
AC? Did I get that right? They call you AC now? What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Money is plain and simple. Peanuts, you were paying me peanuts compared to what Jimmy and Adrian are paying me, man. It's money, plain and simple.
Tell me something. How much money did he pay you to wear pink, man?
Mr. Piper, it's dollars and cents.
This is the flower shop, man. You wasn't invited out here. This is the flower shop. The flower shop. This is what this is. You're not invited out here at all. Nothing at all.
Wait a second. Something I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm taking my show back. I'm giving you a chance. You can come with me or stay with him.
Wait, you ain't taking nothing, man.
Shut up! Shut up!
Rod, man.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something, mister. If you choose to stay here, maybe we got a case of AC-doocy. And what it looks like is birds of a feather flock together here, brother.
Obviously, extremely bent out of shape. Rowdy Piper. I would be too.
Me too. Let's get to the next match.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about this. Roddy Piper leaves the World Wrestling Federation for a contracted tour, leaves Piper's Pit, comes back. Piper's Pit no longer exists. Now it's the flower shop.
Well, I'm going to be objective. I'm going to be like Judge.
The first time. Go ahead.
Like Judge Wapner. I first of all have nothing against Roddy Piper. I have nothing against Adrian Adonis, but he left the Pit to go to the Middle East for a very, very lucrative contract.
Yeah.
Well, if he didn't care about his Pit, that's fine. He got Adrian as a replacement, right?
Right.
Now it's become such a major success. The Pit is yesterday's news.
Please. Are you trying to say that Piper's Pit was something that they could just discard? That was one of the highlights here in the World Wrestling Federation.
It was, until the people saw the flower shop.
How about the other Benedict Arnold, Ace Orton?
It's dollars. You know, if Johnny Carson asked you and offered you a good contract, believe me, I'd be sitting here by myself. I'd be looking for another Ed McMahon.
I doubt that very much.
Oh, you wouldn't leave?
I doubt that very much. You know,
well,
contracts are contracts, and
contracts are made to be broken.
Prime time is a very intricate and important part of my life, as the Pit was to Roddy Piper's life, and I can see in my own mind that sooner or later he's going to get it back. And he's going to have some very derogatory things to say, not only about Adrian Adonis, but about Ace Orton.
Well, you could see Roddy come unglued out there. First of all, I like Roddy Piper, but he's not a stable citizen. And you could see he came unglued. He couldn't stand the fact that his bodyguard was wearing a pink hat. He couldn't stand the fact that the guy he had given like $13 or $14 a week previously was now up to probably over a couple $100,000 a year. It's dollars and cents, Rowdy. You're Scottish. You're cheap. Simple as that.
Guaranteed, wrestling fans, we have not seen or heard the last from Roddy Piper. We'll be back. We're back, wrestling fans. And you know, Bobby, the World Wrestling Federation not only covers all of these United States, but Japan and Australia, South America, Puerto Rico, quite a bit of Europe. Even trying to get in, I understand, to some of the Iron Curtain countries. But, you know, here on the East Coast, we talk about the Boston Gardens. We talk about Madison Square Garden. One of the big arenas, one of the most impressive ones here is the Meadowlands Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. That's where our match is coming from right now.
Let's go right to it.
Let's go to the match.
Introducing first the manager, Luscious Johnny Valiant. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the participants. To my right, hailing from Italy, weighing 237 pounds, Salvatore Balomo. And his opponent, parts unknown, weighing 273 pounds, Brutus Beefcake.
Parts unknown. Give me a break, Howard.
Where does he come off from parts unknown? I don't think he knows where he is anyway. That's the odd couple out there with Johnny Valiant.
This is going to be something happening right here because the Bruti, I call him, is obviously in great physical condition.
No doubt.
And unless Salvatore can use the scientific skills that he knows and the speed and agility that he has, he will fall prey to the Bruti.
You know, it's interesting about Brutus Beefcake. When he first entered the World Wrestling Federation, everyone was after him to sign a contract. Managerial offers came in from literally all over the world, and no one thought that luscious Johnny Valiant, a complete dark horse, a complete forgotten person, was going to secure the services of him. Out of the blue, he
came out of the woodwork.
Tremendous. Apparently, Johnny Valiant had the right chemistry and the right offer to lure Brutus Beefcake. Many wrestling people think that Brutus Beefcake, perhaps, has got a great future in professional wrestling. And with Johnny Valiant, who is no slouch in the ring as a wrestler and is a very talented tactician, you just don't know what's going to happen with these two.
I think it was a very clever maneuver on his part, Howard. Very, very clever maneuver on the part of the luscious one.
Look at that
put him right back in the swing of things, put him right back in the limelight. Great acquisition.
And he really outfoxed some of the foxiest managers. What kind of a getup does Brutus Beefcake have on? Is it from outer space?
I don't know. It looks like some kind of a lightning bolt hit him or something.
My
it just shattered him into two different pieces.
Right out of...
He, you know, when I was active in the ring, Howard, we never had any outfits like this. I didn't even know they existed. The luscious one now disrobing the Brutus. This match is underway. I'm sure the bell is rung. Let's get it going.
What do you think is going through the mind of Salvatore Balomo right now?
Salvatore Balomo. There's Mr. and Mrs. Balomo, who just recently came here. In fact, I believe it was this week or possibly even tonight. They arrived from Italy to watch their son.
They just saw themselves on TV.
And welcome to them, and I hope you enjoy your stay here in America. And congratulations to your son.
What do you think Mr. and Mrs. Balomo think of Brutus Beefcake?
Well, I'm sure they've never seen anything in Italy like Brutus Beefcake, but I'm sure they think very, very highly of their son, who has come here to America from Italy, made a name for himself in the world of professional wrestling, and most important of all, a name for himself here in the World Wrestling Federation.
For sure, Salvatore Balomo has lived out his dream to try and get into the best. He's made it, and he still struggles all the time, although right now, he's losing his patience. Brutus Beefcake. Seems that the managers in the World Wrestling Federation always try and outpsych the opponents through their talent.
Well, they should not be allowed at ringside. If I had to say so, they wouldn't be. They can come out with their individual and take ring instructions, and then goodbye. Look at this. Whoa, what a slam by Brutus Beefcake as he drove Salvatore down into the canvas. Salvatore hurt by that slam, and rightly so, because it was almost a power slam.
There's another thing I question about Brutus Beefcake in the times I've seen him. Why do the World Wrestling Federation allow him to wear those forearm pads?
Well, those particular forearm pads, from my vantage point right here tonight, Howard, seem to be material. Sometimes he goes into that ring with ones that are not material, that are metal and plastic in nature, and that to me is strictly illegal and cannot be used.
I don't know how he's been able to get away with it thus far.
Well, that's why you have a guy like the luscious one in your corner to make sure those things happen.
For sure. quite a unique individual, Brutus Beefcake.
Salvatore not faring too well at the moment, but don't count this guy out because he's got a world of experience behind him. Side headlock now by Brutai.
Where Brutus Beefcake might be a deliberate individual inside the ring, I think Salvatore Balomo has one up on Beefcake with his vast knowledge of not only the catch-as-catch-can style, but the Greco-Roman style as well.
Oh, I'm sure that Salvatore has forgotten more wrestling than Brutus Beefcake will ever know, but whether he can get away with it remains to be seen. He caught him with a scoop slam, and Brutus is not too happy as he bails out.
It's time for a consultation.
Look at the luscious one,
running,
hustling around. Oh, my God, what happened, my boy? Welcome to the World Wrestling Federation. What could he possibly be complaining about? His man got slammed off the ropes. Very well done and very well executed by a true professional in Salvatore Balomo.
Well, the referee's starting to count Beefcake out. He better listen to the count or else it's going to be too late.
Look into the eyes of the luscious one, and if he's playing with a full deck, I'm very surprised now.
Definitely not.
Brutus now coming back inside. Took a little breather out there. I'm sure he got the wind knocked out of him on that slam. Salvatore very cautious. You got it when a guy's got this much power. Can't just tie up like anyone ordinarily would because this guy will just drive you into next week. Side headlock now by the Beefcake. Salvatore doesn't want to stay in this too long because this guy's upper body, there he goes, throws him off. Salvatore with a nice drop down over the top, Brutus. Hung on, and oh, he outsmarted himself as Balomo nails him with a drop kick.
There he goes.
Sticks him right out over the top rope, once again to the outside.
Johnny Valiant not too excited about the prospects that far.
I'm sure that the Balomos are happy right now about the happenings here in the Meadowlands Arena as they spend their first evening in America.
Well, the Balomos have to be impressed with the awe, the size of the crowd, the immense popularity, and probably the immense popularity that Salvatore Balomo has, although Brutus Beefcake has got the upper hand right now.
Starting to lower the heavy artillery. That's 3 big rights in a row as Salvatore is reeling, and another one by Brutus. Brutus saying, come on, get up, you're tough. Let's see how tough you are. Salvatore hard into the top turnbuckle as he's feeling the wrath now, as Brutus wasn't too happy about being drop-kicked out of the ring. Plants a foot right in the lower abdomen. That was not an illegal maneuver. Valiant happy now, Luscious John, and once again the relentless attack on the part of Brutus Beefcake at the hands and the insults being issued out now, and Salvatore Balomo the recipient. Well, how much pounding can a man take of this nature from a guy with this kind of power? Look at that forearm, just drove him backward. Salvatore comes back with a boot and another one. Scoops the legs, that's one. Oh, look at this. Let's stretch out the hamstrings. Yes, Salvatore reaches down inside. That's one of his favorite maneuvers.
And that has got to hurt.
Shall I make a wish? Make a wish for your folks, Sal. Go ahead. Do it. If it feels good, do it, Sal. He's wasting too much time here. He's going to let him have it again, and another shot. As those ligaments and tendons are being stretched out on that, that'll make you walk kind of funny for a while. Valiant concern now as he looks on. Balomo now with a whip, no, reversal, nicely done. Backdrop, but no, a leapfrog by Balomo. Ducks the big right hand. Oh, there's that vicious knee right off the ropes. Goodbye. He's down and out.
How sudden the changes happen. All of a sudden, where Balomo and Beefcake were having a go-round back and forth, all of a sudden, bingo. Beefcake comes up with the knee, makes Johnny Valiant a happy man. Another win for Brutus Beefcake, and another notch up the ladder in the World Wrestling Federation.
Not a pleasing thing to see for the Balomos, but stay with us, wrestling fans.
Of course, wrestling fans, that particular match from the Meadowlands, 1984. That was before Brutus Beefcake ever met Greg the Hammer Valentine and went on to become the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. And still hot in pursuit of the British Bulldogs are the Dream Team, are they not?
Well, the Bulldogs have something the Dream Team wants.
Yeah, the gold.
That's right.
Well, your guys want it as well. Gold for them means gold for you, correct?
Exactly. But first, we want to show everybody who Andre the Giant is, hiding behind
what
that
do you mean,
mask.
Everyone knows who
Well,
Andre
you know
the
what
Giant
I mean.
is.
Don't try to confuse me.
The Super Machine, the
You know,
Giant
that's
Machine,
amazing,
the premier team from Japan, soon to be here in the World Wrestling Federation. If not, they're here right now, I do believe.
They're here. You bet they're here.
And
They
that
won't be
presents
here
a
for long.
big problem for you, does it not?
You know, that's amazing to see the Balomo family sitting there watching their son.
Why? What's wrong
I mean,
with
that really comes from the heart. You know, during World War II, they dropped the bomb on their city. But everybody survived. It slid off.
Let's go to a special interview, wrestling fans, with the Heart Foundation.
Well, Gorilla and, of course, Bobby the Brain, we have all sat down and talked about how the tag team competition here in the World Wrestling Federation is absolutely second to none and certainly heating up by the day. Now, one team that not only is as controversial as they come, but I think very underrated has got to be the Heart Foundation.
What do you mean underrated? The foundation, they are the ratings.
I'm being complimentary. Underrated meaning you don't get as much credit as perhaps you should.
Oh, that's college chump back here, Brett. We are the ratings. We will be the champions. We know what to do.
You take all the teams. You could take, what is it, the Bulldogs. We've beat the Bulldogs, but they haven't come up with a belt, so they haven't come up with a title match with us. We've got Spivey and Retardo. How many times do we need to beat these guys? We beat the Killer Bees. We know we are the #1 contenders, and nobody can deny us that. Nobody.
Let me pose a question. What would happen in a battle as to trying to determine which team is indeed the #1 contenders? Say if promoters pitted you against the other team managed by the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, Hoss, and Jimmy Jack Funk.
Well, tit for tat, if that may be the case, that has to be the case. Jimmy Hart will have to handle that.
Our motto is any team, anytime, anywhere. No exceptions. We are going to be the next World Tag Team Champions, and that's that. We'll go through any team.
All right, now, if I may, to digress just a bit from wrestling, a few weeks back, we had the fabulous Moolah out here, Jim the Anvil, and I tried to ask her some of the, if you will, romantic details of the date you two had as a result of the mating game, and she refused to divulge any of that information, but perhaps you would be so kind to enlighten us on just what occurred that romantic evening. Gorilla Bobby, what can I say? We'll be back with more Prime Time.
The Anvil is certainly a piece of work, Bobby. I'd like to get some further information here for our primetime viewers on that date, if we could.
I'd like to have a video cassette of it to play at home.
A video cassette.
With audio.
Wouldn't that be nice? It'd probably be X-rated. As we stated earlier on, wrestling fans, tag team action hot and heavy, as always, here in the World Wrestling Federation, with the champions, of course, the British Bulldogs. But a team hot on everyone's trail is the Moondogs, and rightfully so. They are former World Wrestling Federation
Let's turn around and take a look at it.
Let's go to the ring. You want to go? Let's go to the ring.
To my right, tag team consisting of both men, hailing from Quebec, Canada, weighing 232 pounds, Nelson Velour. And at 229 pounds, Serge Jodin. Their opponents are now under the management of the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. From parts unknown, at a total combined weight of 563 pounds, Rex and Spot, the Moondogs.
Not too much applause here this week from this capacity crowd for the Moondogs. Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside. Another addition to the stable of the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. And a very strong team at that. The Rex and Spot, the Moondogs. Spotty starting this one off. Oh, look at this, a little acrobatics by Nelson Velour, one of the Quebec French-Canadian members of this team. He and Serge Jodin. Of course, if you can do all those things, fine, but you got to contend with the awesome power and
and fantastic tag team coordination of the Moondogs. They can do it all and make life visible for you, especially Rex in there now, well over that 300-pound mark. The mouth of the South right there in the corner. Oh, look at that. Jodoin out of there in a hurry. Sarge making the tag, and Nelson Velour steps in now with an arm wringer, which is not too successful as Rex just backed him into that corner immediately. Oh, double axe handle off the second turnbuckle on the inside. Watch out. Slingshot. Oh, got the momentum, got him over. Oh, his legs aren't long enough to reach his shoulders. Nice move, but unfortunately didn't work on the big guy. Take a peek at that piece of work right there. Got the Funks, Hoss and Jimmy Jack in his stable, along with the adorable one, Adrian Adonis. Mouth of the South, a real piece of work. Oh, look at the shoulder breaker applied by Spotty. That'll give you a negative attitude forever. It could have had a 3 count there. Decided to grab a handful of hair and jerk the youngster up. Front face lock now. He's going to be reaching back, looking for another tag, and makes it. And look at this, wide open. Oh. Talk about continuity in tag team wrestling. These two certainly have it. So I wish I could say the same for their ring attire. Certainly haven't spent a whole lot of money on it. But tag team action hot and heavy here in the World Wrestling Federation. The British Bulldogs, the reigning champions. And everybody wanting a piece of them, including the former champions, the Dream Team, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brutus Beefcake. Tremendous team put together. Oh, nice duck underneath there, high cross body. Look at that. Talk about your power. He caught him in midair and stopped him. Trying for a high cross body, just didn't work on the big guy. We were saying Bobby the Brain Heenan putting together a fantastic team, and Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy. 2 count, no, jerked them up again. That's twice they could have won this match already. Suplex City coming up. Well executed by Spotty. Over for the cover. We could have a 3 count here. No, come on, ref. That's 3 times he's done that. These 2 youngsters from Quebec, province of Quebec, taking quite a bit of punishment here from the Moondogs. Started out with some kind of offense, but has dwindled since the beginning. Of course, the Moondogs have the ability to step in there with anybody. Capability of beating anyone on any given evening. Look out, clothesline, perhaps on the top rope. Oh, yes, but the youngster managed to get both hands. Quick thinking on his part on that top rope. Took a whole lot of the leverage. Oh, look at that double team action right there. Referee Dick Kroll, 3rd man in the ring. That's 4 times, Dick, that he jerked his hair up, either award them the match in a superior victory or disqualify him, one of the 2. Do something, Dick, even if it's wrong. Front face lock now by Spotty. Armringer gets him out of there temporarily, but he's in the wrong part of town. The Bulldogs are devastating enough as it is, but with the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart at the helm, there's no telling how far they can go. Ducks underneath the big right hand, got caught with a left elbow, though, as he spun around. They are devastated. Sarge Jodoin now being slammed in. Oh, power slam. I don't believe he'll scoop the hair on this one. Yes, he did. Double team effort, wide open in a backbreaker position, and Spotty with an elbow right across the esophagus. Over for the cover. There'll be no hair pull here. It's all over. Thank God for those 2 youngsters. Nelson Velour and Sarge Jodoin taking quite a bit of punishment here at the hands of the Moondogs.
Here are your winners, the Moondogs.
Taking a good look at Spotty with that ominous bone of his. That reminded me a whole lot of the Hart Foundation and some of the moves that they do, Bobby. They're great for doing that double team stuff that is right borderline from being illegal. Talking about tag teams, you know, this week here on Primetime, we went to 1984 in the Meadowlands for a look at Brutus Beefcake, and on our feature coming up, we're going to go back a year ago, a little bit over a year and a week ago, and take a look at Ricky the Dragon Steamboat teaming up with the Junkyard Dog against the Magnificent Morocco and Mr. Fuji, coming up right after this. Well, wrestling fans, it's feature time here this week on Primetime Wrestling, and a tremendous feature it is. Tremendous tag team action. The devious one, Mr. Fuji, and his man, the Magnificent Morocco. There should be a lot of martial arts involved in this match, Bobby, with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and the Junkyard Dog. What do you think?
Well, first of all,
go ahead, speak. It's your time
to
speak.
I'm trying to speak.
Okay.
Quit interrupting.
Okay.
Let's turn and see it. That's what I want to say.
No, what is it with you?
Let's just go see it.
Let's go to our feature match.
I have a point to make.
I love it.
Hold the phone. Steamboat trying to choke Mr. Fuji.
He certainly is, Gene. He's paying him back.
You recall what happened in front of a national television audience when Morocco and Fuji double-teamed Steamboat and choked him. One of the most humiliating things I have ever eyewitnessed.
Certainly was, and with his own sash, he was choked, left hanging there. Coming to his rescue, the Junkyard Dog, and this is payback time. The Dragon, take a look at him. What an impressive individual.
And Junkyard Dog, no slouch by any stretch of the imagination.
Fuji rammed into his own partner. And the Dragon goes out.
Oh, it's Steamboat and Morocco outside of the ring. Fuji and Junkyard Dog inside. Bedlam and pandemonium. Tag team action for the World Wrestling Federation irate.
He's pulling out all the stops, Gene. He's not going to give these guys 1 inch. Oh, look at the headbutt by the Dog. Junkyard Dog doing his thing, and Fuji and Morocco the recipients. Oh, beautiful shot off the top turnbuckle by the Dragon. And another one.
That is karate at its best. What's he going to do? Try to tag the Junkyard Dog? He's greeted with a right.
This is supposed to be a tag team match, Gene.
It is not. It does not
It's
resemble
pandemonium.
Like a mini battle royal, if anything.
Referee still hasn't been able to get anyone outside the ring where they belong.
Ricky Steamboat and the Junkyard Dog thus far absolutely exploding the likes of Mr. Fuji and Tom Morocco.
Look out!
Wow. Like to carve him up in half.
Wow. Both men now going to be rammed together. Morocco manages to stay on his feet, but for how long? Uh-oh, look at this. Oh!
That's a different touch.
Morocco in Dream World.
Steamboat has got him rolling in the Boston Garden this week. Watch out. Oh! Skull cracker.
Everything and anything is happening, Gene, and as usually does here in the World Wrestling Federation. Pandemonium, action and excitement.
Am I wrong? Is this a Texas Tornado bout, or do we have a regular tag team match going here?
Oh, I believe this is a regular tag team match, Gene. 2 men have gone outside now. The Dragon is out for his team, and Fuji. Boston Garden rocking with JYD. He certainly doesn't need any encouragement, Gene.
Not in the least. Junkyard Dog. Oh, and a right. Very close to the windpipe. On the magnificent one. Tag.
All one-sided so far.
As it ever. Morocco's going for a ride.
But don't sell these two devious individuals short, Gene. Nice karate shot. The Dragon is really shining this week in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, I'll tell you what, he has impressed me so very, very much. Very intelligent, bright young man.
Got a score to settle.
Come a long way in a very short amount of time.
Oh, look at that shot. A cheap shot right in front of the referee. Steamboat in tremendous pain. Can't even turn around. Morocco trying to make it over to his corner to make a tag.
He's having trouble even doing that.
He made it. Oh, Fuji comes in, is going to start dishing out some of his martial arts now.
The Samurai Warrior, one of the best.
Kamikaze drop. Fuji doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody, Gene, when it comes to that.
Plexus, boy, I'll tell you, the veteran knows how to do it all.
The master of the martial arts. Looked like a thumb right to the throat. JYD wandering down the apron, yelling words of encouragement. Another quick tag made. And he is teaching Morocco all those things, Gene. JYD comes in, distracting the referee. In the meantime, in the far corner, the Dragon being choked by Mr. Fuji.
That's with the tag rope. Look at this. Come on, ref. Forget about Junkyard Dog.
Hanging him out to dry over there in the corner. Snapmare brings the Dragon back into center ring. Another quick tag. Oh.
Boy, there was a foot right to the throat, followed by a double chop. Watch this.
Right to the esophagus. How quick the tide can turn in the world of professional wrestling. And this is the Mecca. This is the Rolls Royce of all professional wrestling. The World Wrestling Federation. Nice block by Steamboat.
Oh, the reversal on a suplex.
Well executed. He didn't have a great deal of height on it. Oh!
But I think Steamboat there was able to somewhat see that coming, and he grabbed onto the rope, but I don't know if it did a whole lot of help.
He still felt some of that. Oh, look at that knee lift. Right into that lower abdomen area once again. Morocco drops him with a knife edge. Fuji has taught this man well, which makes him 3 times more dangerous.
He was dangerous to begin with.
Former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Morocco trying to come down with a double hammer, but the Dragon beating him to the punch. Oh, missed that one.
Oh! This is all-out war. Nothing less.
Number 3. Action hot and heavy in the Boston Garden, jam-packed, hanging off the rafters. And the Beantown fans are those ones that either love you or they hate you. There's no in between, and they certainly are showing Mr. Fuji and the magnificent Morocco exactly what they think of them. We'll be back right after this. Bobby, how would you rate these two outstanding teams?
Well, I would give Fuji and Morocco on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd give them a 9. Steamboat and Junkyard Dog, I'd have to give them on a scale. I'd give them a 0.
A 0. You know a lot about zeros.
I'm surrounded by zeros
Let's
all my life.
Let's go back to the conclusion of this match. Manages to grab the Dragon, inflicting more punishment. Referee being distracted once again by JYD, who says, I'm just in the corner here.
But in the meantime, Morocco is choking. Ricky Steamboat is going to get to the point where there's just going to be nothing left of Steamboat. He's not going to be able to even muster up a tag.
They're going to choke the life out of him. And then they're going to beat him. He doesn't get some help. Wow, that'll knock the wind out of you in a hurry. Very close to the corner here, might be able to make a tag.
Oh, no.
Morocco kicking the outstretched hand of JYD. And once again, Dragon in the wrong corner. Referee having one heck of a time controlling this matchup.
His shirt I believe yes, it has.
Look at this, tag made, there's a tag. Referee did not see it.
What? Oh, come on, give me a break.
Referee was pushing Morocco back, and now again. He's got something around his neck, Gene. No.
No, I think it's a nerve hold, Gorilla.
Yeah, he's at that trapezius muscle. There was no tag made on the part of Fuji and Morocco.
There was not. However, we clearly saw it. And the reason the fans are upset, they saw it too. Only one in the house that didn't see it was the referee.
A thankless job. Danny Davis, the referee, trying to maintain some semblance of order here with these four individuals.
Ricky Steamboat certainly has taken his share of punishment thus far. And his one-fall tag team pop from the Boston Garden.
If he doesn't make a tag shortly, this match will be terminated. Trying to get over there.
Junkyard Dog is just chomping at the bit.
Well, he's got to think about two things. Being able to reach him to make the tag and having the referee see it.
That has been done once already when the referee did not see it.
Danny Davis checking the arm of the Dragon to make sure he's still conscious. He is. Look at Morocco. He wants it to give up here. He wants that submission, but no way, shape, or form.
Whoa! Hold on. Hold on.
Dragon fighting it for all he's worth, but he's backing up into the wrong corner, Gene.
That's gonna spell trouble. Steamboat comes back. I don't know how effectively. Well,
some leverage behind those blows, but not what he usually has. Look at him now.
Oh,
there's a tag.
Oh, this place has come unglued. Junkyard Dog in a ring. Fuji, Morocco, both there. Pow!
Double noggin knocker as the Junkyard Dog does his thing. The Boston Guard.
The Dog is really hanging it out this week. Took so long for that tag, you knew he was going to explode.
Explosion.
Headbutt rocks the Magnificent One.
Steamboat taking a chunk out of Morocco. Snapmare takes the Magnificent One down for the cover. 1, 2, no. Close.
What does Junkyard Dog say to the referee? I think he wanted even a little quicker count.
Side headlock, Dog in for the ride. Drop down by Morocco. Over the top goes the Dog. Whoa, they hit face to face.
Both men colliding. Junkyard Dog, of course, a former offensive guard of the National Football League.
He knows what it's like to get hit that way.
No helmet here.
Dog very close to his corner, could make a tag here. There, he's gonna make it. Yes. The Dragon off the top turnbuckle with a shot to the head. He's exploding.
Look at this flurry and a part of Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh! Karate shot to the back of the head, but unfortunately drove him into his corner. Look out, the Dragon on the warpath. Up to the top.
This could be it.
He got it.
Oh my! What an incredible moment upon a Ricky Steamboat. Gets the look, but watch out.
Look out. Double clothesline by Fuji and Morocco as the Dog was thrown outside the ring.
Fuji is throwing salt in the face of Ricky Steamboat. Steamboat can't see.
Steamboat doesn't know where he is, completely blinded by Mr. Fuji's salt.
Fuji threw that ceremonial salt into the face of Ricky Steamboat.
Dog just now climbing back inside. Boy, did he go down hard.
Did he ever? What an exciting, exciting tag team matchup here from the Boston Guard.
Woo.
The winners of the match, the Junkyard Dog and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Well, That's what happens when a manager puts on the wrestling gear. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, since the exciting happenings here in the World Wrestling Federation, the cheapskate, Freddie Blassie, selling half of his interest in all his men to one Slick. Can you imagine Slick downing the tights?
No, but I can imagine Freddie Blassie conducting a business transaction like he did and making a lot of money. Slick has a lot of money, and Blassie's a very smart man.
How he got it is something else. Well, wrestling fans, that wraps up another week here on Prime Time Wrestling. We saw some outstanding matches, and next week we're going to see some more outstanding matches, one of which is Ace Cowboy Bob Orton, the new henchman for your friend in the flower shop.
He's a bodyguard.
Against Tito Santana, and of course our feature, former tag team champions Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik taking on the Hart Foundation. Interesting tag team match, but you got to be more concerned with another man recently established and into your family, and that is one Paul Orndorff. He's got to be not sleeping too well at night.
Oh, he's sleeping fine.
He's
getting 8-10 hours a night. Hogan's the one that's soaking wet with his own sweat. He's the one that's worried about Paul Orndorff. He's talking about how he let the little Hulksters down, how Hulkamania is alive and still going. Hulkamania is just about over with. We're going to just put a couple more nails in that box, and there's going to be a new world champion.
Just like you, Bobby. Maybe he bit off more than he could chew. You were very happy this week. You're thrilled about being here. You think I don't know what's going down here on my own program, don't you?
Are you kidding? Well, soon when you get up, I've been up.
You think I don't know what's on the back of your jacket?
Oh, I know what's on the back of my jacket.
Well, so do I, and all the thousands of wrestling fans out there.
And exactly what it says, that's what it is. That's me.
It exemplifies exactly what you are to the entire wrestling world.
Well, thank you for admitting it.
Well, I'm
once,
glad.
I got my point across.
Well, I'm
you see,
just thrilled
you got to
about
get up pretty early in the morning to outsmart the brain.
You're absolutely right. You're just something else. Bobby the Brain Heenan, just an unbelievable individual to have to deal with on a continuing basis. However,
at least you know when you're beat, Monsoon.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate
like a
you
man who
letting me know
admits it.
that. Right now, wrestling fans, it's time to say so long for Prime Time Wrestling. Gorilla Monsoon for Bobby O saying so long.
No, that's Burial.